Hi, everybody. Welcome to my B.A.D. My Busk after Dusk, live from Brandy 100 in the mighty state of Delaware. The state of Delaware that didn't let our country down this week. But more about that later. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I'll end up, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, I never wanted water once. No, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swam upon the devil's lake, but never, I'll never make the same mistake. No, never. So, welcome again. Folks are starting to come in. For some reason, I'm not getting names from the comments. It's just saying Facebook user. So either I did something different or they did something different. But somebody just said, beautiful song you're starting off with. Yeah, you know what? I didn't know what to do tonight. I was kind of torn between... actually, I do know what to do. Torn between kind of singing songs to ease the spirit a little bit and singing songs to kind of give vent to some of the more potent emotions that have been banging around. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds as far as the election goes tonight. I think this is more about the soul and the spirit. But, you know, I do admit that Tuesday morning, or Wednesday morning, pardon me, was kind of one of the saddest times in my life. And I had just received in the mail, I mean, literally got delivered with my morning coffee, Greg Boyle's new book, Cherished Community, which is about kind of reclaiming each other in this divided time. And I took a picture of the book as I was taking it out of the box, and I texted it to Father Greg out in L.A. at Homeboy Industries. And I said, you know, dude, I sure hope you got something for me because I really need it. And he texted me back a very funny TikTok video, but he said, none of us are well until all of us are well. We need to walk each other home to wellness. And then he followed that up with 3 words: love, never fails. So as I said, I'm trying to figure out which side of me gets to use the microphone tonight, and maybe this song speaks to that. Father found his grandson crying after school and discovered from the sobbing child that a playground bully had been cruel. Wish that I could hurt him, said the child. I get big, that's what I'll be. That will make me sad, said the grandfather. Then I'll know the dark wolf is taking you. There are two wolves. There are two wolves. And within each of these two and shadow. The other wolf is love and light. The old man put his arms around the child. Said the thing you want is called revenge. When you try to hurt the one who's hurt you, you become a little more like them. The old man said, I know you are feeling. Being human, I have felt it too. There are two wolves. There are two wolves. And when each of these two wolves fight, one is hatred, rage, and shadow. The other wolf is love and light. The old man said, child, do not fear this battle. Though each wolf will make the other bleed, it is in your power to choose the victor. The wolf that wins will be the one you feed. 'Cause there are two wolves. There are two wolves. And when each of these two wolves fight, one is hatred, rage, and shadow. And the other wolf is love and light. One is hatred, rage, and shadow. The other wolf is love and light. gosh, there's lots of comments coming in, and they all say Facebook user. So I'm not getting anybody's names unless they're texting from the YouTube feed. So I see that Dan and Kelly are here, and I think I saw Cheryl. But anybody else, if you want me to see your name, you're going to have to put it in your comment, because I'm just getting the little blue F logo, the Facebook logo. And your name is Facebook user. But lots of you are saying hello, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, maybe I'll do this one. Somebody texted me. I didn't see the vice president's remarks on Wednesday, but apparently she'd said something that reminded somebody of one of my songs. So I thought maybe I'd see if I could pull it off tonight. Sometimes when the dark is all I can see, and it seems an eternity since I felt the sun shine on me, I rehearsed this song today. Some nights I take it from the top. When the dark is all I can see, and it seems an eternity till I felt the sunshine on me. My eyes finally adjust to the sight, shining so bright. I'm not gonna be able to fake my way through this, gang. I apologize. I didn't even pull up the lyrics because I sang it this afternoon, and it was great. I mean, I remembered it, which was great. So I'm going to do a quick search, see if I can pull it up on my computer. And by the time I do that, I'll probably remember that verse. But now, my wife watches these, and she says my only mistake is admitting that I'm having trouble remembering, that I should try and bluff my way through. So I typed it in, and now my song's coming on. I don't know if you can hear that. Of the most all right, I think I got this. We're going to give it another try. If I can figure out how to stop this now. Apple Music tries to sell me a subscription before it lets me press any of the controls. Some nights when the dark is all I can see, and it seems an eternity since I felt the sunshine on me. My eyes finally adjust to the sights of the most incredible lights, shining all around me so bright. It's a wonder that never noticed before. Once the moonlight hit the glow, not anymore. The darker the night, the brighter the stars give their light. This world of ours, this world of ours, like thrown fists, the stupid things that I'm seeing, done to and done by human beings, land myself and get hard. Find new ways to keep up my guard, to love unafraid and unscarred. Shines with beauty I can't comprehend, and it takes my breath away again. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. Give her up and light this world of ours, this world of ours. When I'm lost at sea, my soul can steer by. In the night sky, oh yeah. It's a wonder that I never noticed before. Once the moonlight hid the glow, not anymore. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. The darker the night, brighter the stars. The darker the night. Well, that wasn't that wasn't exactly what I was anticipating. That's the trouble. See, you know, you don't want to get stale by rehearsing. I do better if I just come up and see what comes out. So I got kind of cool news to share here. You guys heard, a lot of you were here the night that I kind of processed the loss of my old friend Chris Christopherson, and I sang up all of his songs. Took about, well, not all of them, but about 2.5 hours worth that night. And that was the kind of the beginning of the process of saying goodbye to Chris for me, and it ended up becoming a song that I shared here on the B.A.D. And before I did that, I sent the lyrics to Chris's wife Lisa to make sure that I had kind of permission to use his rules. The song's called Chris's Rules, and they didn't come from a song that Chris wrote. They weren't, you know, part of you know, any of his recordings or anything. But I wanted to make sure it was okay that I quoted him in my song, and the rules actually became the chorus of the song. So we got done a rough mix of the track yesterday, and I sent the track out to Hawaii, for Lisa to hear, and she loved it, which I was really glad about. But she also said, "What do you think about making Chris a co-writer on your song?" And I had briefly considered asking, but I thought that was kind of reaching for an honor that I didn't deserve. You know, that Chris wasn't here to say yes, I'd like my name put on that music, but Lisa assured me that he would be proud of the song, and so I've written my first song with Chris Christopherson, and I'm going to sing it for you now. It's called Chris's Rules. Just a couple days ago, I heard you'd slipped away. No one but my old guitar to cry with, so I played all those songs you wrote, and after I'd sung each one through, a voice inside me seemed to say, boy, now it's up to you. It's up to you now. What is that supposed to mean? I asked to no one there. The sadness, like my question, seemed to hang in empty air. But then, as if your spirit stood there with me in the room, I could hear you telling me just what I had to do. Tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. You used to remind us all what William Blake had said, that sorrow and confusion haunt the living and the dead. Should they turn their backs upon the lives they've been called to? For poets, saints, and fools like me, the way to honor you is tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. I have no place to lay this heartache or my gratitude, so I'll just keep on doing what I think I'm called to do. Lest because I came to know a hero as a friend, tried to help me understand what matters in the end is tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Chris said to tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Tell the truth, sing with passion, work with laughter, love with heart. Just a couple days ago, I heard you'd slipped away. A song by John Flynn and Chris Christopherson. So it wasn't just a completely disastrous week for me. Some good stuff definitely happened. One of the highlights of my week, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who I met while he was finishing a stiff prison sentence. He came into our New Beginnings group, kind of skeptically, it seemed to me, but he had heard good things about what we did in our Tuesday morning group at the Howard R. Young Correctional Institution, and he came down and didn't say a word. He was one of those sit back and fold your arms and just kind of, observe type of guys for about 3 weeks or a month. And then I guess what he saw convinced him that, he could kind of trust in what we were trying to do. And he started to speak and quickly became not only a valued member of our group, but a leader in the group. And so I got to know him for probably a couple of years at that point while he was finishing up his sentence. And then he came to our next step meetings for our returning citizens when he got out. And I never saw a young man work harder than this gentleman did. He didn't have any 2 nickels to rub together. He was living on his sister's couch. He thanked us profusely for the $25 ShopRite gift card we gave him every week, because he said at least he got to pick up a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread and that kind of stuff, and put it in the refrigerator. And he said it made me feel like a man, that I was able to contribute a little bit to the household, and anyway, he got a job with ShopRite and working full time, stocking shelves overnight. He worked about I think something like 40 to 50 hours that first weekend. He got a check for like $17 because of back child support that it accrues while you're serving time, that your child support debt. And it's amazing how many people in government and the Department of Justice and all that don't understand this, but that's what happens. So he got a second full-time job. So he was working, 80, 90 hours a week, and both minimum wage jobs. And he came to one of our Sunday afternoon returning citizens meetings and fell asleep in his chair. And I nudged him, and I woke him. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Man," he said, "Sorry, Mr. John." And he to this day, I've known this guy 16 years now, something like that, 15 years. He said, "Sorry, man, I haven't been home in 2 days. I've just been working. I went from one job to the other job. I caught a 20-minute nap in the parking lot in my car, and so I said, "Why aren't you home asleep, man? You go home, and grab a nap," because he had to go to work that night. He said, "Part of new beginnings is being where you say you're going to be." And I said I was going to be at this meeting, and I'm at this meeting. And at that point, I realized that this is somebody we can go to the wall for. So I was able to help him get his first real kind of decent paying job, and it had benefits, and he rose very quickly in the ranks. He got promoted quite a bit, became one of their favorite employees. And now he works for an organization that actually helps men come out of prison. Does similar work to what New Beginnings Next Step does, except it actually runs a school that has a certain curriculum and a semester to help prepare guys to come out and join the workforce and be more successful in their reentry. But back in the springtime, he called me and he said, "I'm going to Dover this week to stand in front of the pardon board. I'm applying for a pardon. Would you stand with me in the courtroom?" And I said I'd be honored. So I did. And the pardon board recommended him for a pardon, but then it was up to the governor, and we had to just wait and see. And anyway, he called me this week, and he said, I got that letter from the governor, and he signed my pardon. And it meant that my friend could vote for the first time on Tuesday. And of course, it being Delaware, who does he run into at the polling place but the governor of the state of Delaware? He ran into he ran into the governor and he introduced himself and thanked the governor for signing the pardon. And the governor said, "Man, don't thank me. You did all the work." So anyway, he said, "I had to tell my sister first, but you're the second call I'm making. I wanted you to be the second person to know." So anyway, that helped offset a lot of the blues this week, and it's the kind of thing that we get to experience in our work in New Beginnings Next Step. 2 weeks out of prison, standing at the door of the man who'd married his ex-wife, the man who'd been providing for the family he'd lost, taking his place in his child's life. He'd hidden down the block and watched his ex-wife drive away. He'd seen his little boy drive off with her. He rang the bell and waited till the man answered the door. To that frightened man, he said these words: "Thank you for loving my son." I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Humbly he stood there, speaking through that locked screen door, with a grateful feeling in his soul. Of years he'd wake in prison, knowing someone kind would pour Cheerios into his child's bowl. He said, "I knew from his mother that you treat him as your own, that the boy's been growing strong and true. He's better off without me, so don't tell him I was here. Mister, I just had to say to you, thank you for loving my son." I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Man just said you're welcome. He unlocked that screen door. They shook hands and he turned and walked away. He must have walked for hours, then he stopped into a church. He prayed and in his heart heard a voice say, thank you for loving my son. I know he thought I abandoned him. It's good to know he's got someone. Thank you for loving my son. Thank you for loving my son. Just seeing if I can see any more comments here. So some other cool news. I was asked today to be the host of the Philadelphia Folk Festival this coming summer. So I'm looking forward to being back at the old Pool Farm in Upper Salford, Pennsylvania. I see a comment on the screen. I don't know how it got there. There's definitely strange forces at work tonight. I don't know how to get the comment off. Maybe I'll use this opportunity to put up my PayPal banner. And anyway, maybe we'll just have to see that lovely comment for the rest of the show. John says, I hope you sing this every week. I'm assuming you're talking about, because it was a Chris fan. Emily. Well, you know what? I'm going to be singing that song quite a bit, Emily. I'm very proud of it, and it feels good to sing it. I guess that's the bottom line. I was going to say, there were a lot of musical reasons I like doing it, but it just kind of feels good to sing it. I honestly have no idea how Emily was able to get that on the screen. So, I'm going to post a comment that says hi. Will that go on the screen? No. I probably hit something. All right. There, I figured it out. Here's an old song of mine. The song came to mind this week, a song about a deluge. Kadir was an elephant living in the zoo. In the city humans know as Prague. Did not fear the floodwaters of 2002. Although he was cold and waterlogged, he called out to the animals, do not be afraid. I have heard the old ones tell a tale of the floods that claimed the land the last time humans strayed, and of the boat on which we all will sail. There's a big boat coming over the water, over the water, I know. There's a big boat coming over the water, and over the water we'll go. Water kept on rising, how the animals did shiver, huddling close together to keep warm. Sea lions swam from their pools and down the Danube River. They heard Kadir calling through the storm. There's a big boat coming over the water, over the water, I know. There's a big boat coming over the water, and over the water we'll go. not leave Kadir. When the water reached his eyes, she took a steel suitcase. She went to him and she whispered in his ear, there's a big boat coming over the water, over the water, I know. There's a big boat coming over the water, over the water we'll go. Deer saw a lightning bolt that flashed across the sky. He felt a gentle bump behind his ear. Then that mighty elephant could not believe his eyes. He cried out, "Hey everyone, it's here! There's a big boat coming over the water, over the water, I know. There's a big boat coming over the water, and over the water we'll go. There's a big boat coming over the water, over the water, I know. Yes, there is a big boat coming over the water, and over the water we'll go. Over the water we'll go. So this is a song that somebody was kind enough to text me this week that after the election they just kept this playing this song of mine on a loop, and they said it helped. So I offer it in hopes that it does help a bit. I have a friend who used to climb the walls of stone cathedrals in the mountain halls, where mistakes you can't afford, nothing between him and the Lord but a piece of nylon cord in his two callous hands. He found me trembling once in grievous fear. Illness might soon claim someone I held dear. And he said, once upon a time, when I was learning how to climb, somebody said the words that I'm about to say to you. Trust the rope, trust the rope. Hold on tight and make a friend of it. Especially when you reach the end of it. Don't lose hope. Trust the rope. There was this cliff face that he could not cross. No ledge to grab on, he was at a loss. His mind filled up with fear and doubt, till he heard his buddy shout, just let go and swing on out. It's gonna be okay. Just trust the rope. Trust the rope. hold on tight and make a friend of it. Especially when you've reached the end of it and you can't cope. Trust the rope. Some say ships are safe in harbors. That's not what folks who built ships had in mind. Tarzan swinging through the arbors has to put his faith in every vine. So trust the rope. You gotta trust the rope. Hanging out between heaven and hell. When you hear a voice above you yell, just don't say nope. Trust the rope. And so, yeah, somebody mentioned my T-shirt. So it says, "Beam me up, Scotty." There's no intelligent life here. And where I have been drawing the line, I try to mind my P's and Q's when I'm talking to many people who voted for the guy that I didn't vote for. But when they try to associate him with the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth, I find myself singularly ill-equipped to disengage and kind of seed that field, which is why I wanted to sing this tonight. The preacher looked down from the pulpit and cried, "We hold the keys to the kingdom, my friends. When others sin, it's for us to decide. It is our duty to judge and condemn." But one timid soul made a very brave choice. From the back of the church came a voice, "Not with my Jesus, you don't." A teenage girl said, "I am sorry, but I know that pure love welcomes us when we die." You tell some people it won't. Not with my Jesus, you don't. The mullah said, "Yes, the great Satan defiles the land of the prophet. May his name be blessed. And so we pray that the infidel dies in jihad, which we unleash on the west." But one timid soul made a very brave choice. From the back of the mosque came a voice, "Not with my Allah, you don't." One old man cried from his mat on the floor, "It is the great God of love I adore. You may forget, but I won't. Not with my Allah, you don't. Not with my Jesus, not with my Allah, Hashem, Brahma, or Vishnu. What in the name of all that is holy have we been letting men do?" Great Spirit looks down upon the blue sphere as those invoking its holiest names embrace intolerance, hatred, and fear. To those people, the Spirit exclaims, you know that I have been patient with you, but I see your hearts, I see the damage you do. Not with my children, please don't. I gave you each other to care for and love, but this world ignores God's plea from above. Perhaps if we speak out, it won't. Say, not with God's children, you don't. So my youngest son started his new job last week, and is a mail carrier for the United States Post Office, which I think is maybe the coolest job because it combines like a really important service on many levels, it seems to me. And it gets you out into the world while you're providing the service, and you get to be in under the sky. And I'm sure I have a much idealized image of this job, which he will disabuse me of rapidly. But it was also the job that John Prine did while he was kind of developing his craft as a singer-songwriter, because he liked the idea that he could, be out doing it, and still in his mind he could be writing his songs. So anyway, Ethan, my son, was out on the mail route yesterday, and he had gotten the good truck. The good truck for, has air conditioning and has a radio in it, and he let me know that he was listening to an NPR station, and that one of my songs came on, and this was the song. Ain't no love without freedom. Ain't no freedom without justice. Ain't no justice without mercy. Ain't no mercy without love. Fat man talking about bootstraps while he's hitting out of sand traps. Thin man scrounging around for food scraps while the car he's sleeping in's leaking oil from its valve seals, while the banker's doing cartwheels and the DA's scoring plea deals as the choir sings amen. Ain't no love without freedom. Ain't no freedom without justice. Ain't no justice without mercy. Ain't no mercy without love. Politicians flashing sizers as the cops pull down their visors, and we're sadder but no wiser as the world we're watching burn will grow harder just to live in, and to find a damn to give in till we wake up to what we've been taking far too long to learn. There ain't no love without freedom. Ain't no freedom without justice. Ain't no justice without mercy. Ain't no mercy without love. As the circle of love may grow ever wide until no one is standing outside. There won't be no either or, then we'll say both, maybe more, when what was lost has been restored and what is torn has been made whole. I can feel it every day in my old bones and my archaic deoxyribonucleic. Yeah, I know it in my soul. There ain't no love without freedom, and no freedom without justice. Ain't no justice without mercy. Ain't no mercy without love. There ain't no love without freedom. Ain't no freedom without justice. Ain't no justice without mercy. Ain't no mercy without love. All right, gang, I'm going to do a couple more here. Not keeping to my promise to cut this thing off at a half an hour. You never can trust us singer-songwriter types. It's tough getting started. It's a weird thing to be kind of sitting in your easy chair, you know, watching the news and going, you know, man, in 15 minutes I'm going to be in front of 24 people. I mean, because normally in a regular show, you kind of have this build-up. You drive there, you do the sound check, you go into the green room, little, you know, and the anticipation builds, and finally you're out there on the stage, and you go out, and there's 24 people. But you're ready for it, you know. And in this new medium, it's just you walk through the door, you sit down, and go. So by the time I get cranked up, you know, I'm ready to play a little more than I planned. His name was Woody Guthrie, way back in 1912. He came into this world kicking and a fussing. We came to love him well, for life spent trying to tell how we all could change the things that we've been cussing. We can, we just gotta do like what he done, like what he done. We just gotta do like what he done. Folks said you cannot change things, Woody said, oh yes I can. 'Cause a man can make a difference, and that difference made the man. A hero we can turn to when it's time to make a stand. And our lesser angels say to cut and run. We just gotta do like Woody done. His name's Woody Guthrie, and way back in 1912 he commenced the life of holy rabble-rousing. Now with beat-up guitar cases and them bound for glory faces, you can number his disciples by the thousand, and I'm one. We just want to do like what he done, like what he done. Yeah, we just gotta do like what he done. When folks said you cannot change things, Woody said, oh yes I can. 'Cause a man can make a difference, and that difference made the man. A hero we can turn to when it's time to make a stand. And our lesser angels say to cut and run. We just gotta do like what he done. 'Cause there ain't much right with a mouth kept shut tight, when your duty just might be to shout. Much wrong that the soul in a song can't make better if you only sing it out. Sing it Guthrie, and some 100 years ago he Came into this life kicking and yelling, and he never really quit, or better 'cause of it. And the brave and shining truth that he was telling, we just gotta do like what he done, and Chris too. We just gotta do like what he done. When the folks said you cannot change things, what he said, oh yes I can. 'Cause a man can make a difference and a woman can make a difference. You know folks can make a difference, and that difference made the man. Hero we can turn to when it's time to make a stand. And I guess it's time to make a stand. And our lesser angels say to cut and run. You just gotta do like what he done. So, Glenda said, don't forget my request from last week. And I would have. I was going to do another song to close, but you're right. I did promise you this one, Glenda. So we'll finish up with Without You With Me. So I know the spirits and hearts are broken this week, and it doesn't even seem like it's worth kind of trying to fight back anymore, because, you know, it seems like, you know, like democracy worked, you know, right? We got what we deserve here. We got somebody that actually represents us. And that's freaking terrifying and dispiriting. But all the more reason for us to call on our best selves and take care of each other. Because, you know, right now we're all we got. So it's like Arlo said, right? You know, if you had the kind of world you always dreamed of, that was kind of pieced up and loved out, and, you know, in a world that was so wonderful, it'd be hard to make a positive difference. But in a world like this one, a world that sucks, it's not hard at all to make a positive difference. So keep doing that, you know, and keep trying to see below the fear and below that unwellness that has seized so many of our brothers and sisters. Try to see below that, to the deeper place that maybe they're a stranger to. As a matter of fact, I suspect that's exactly the case. So maybe if you can be that mirror for your MAGA hat wearing neighbor, maybe you can help him connect to something he doesn't even know is inside him. Anyway, thanks for tuning in tonight, and I'll, God willing, see you next week. They tell me now that you must say goodbye, though I'm not sure just for how long or why. I must begin walking under a sky without you with me. They say every hourglass runs out of sand, and that I have to let go of your hand, and that my tomorrow today should be planned without you with me. They say things can change in the blink of a tear, but your courage taught me that I shouldn't fear. Come what may, your love will always be here in my heart. Nothing is ever the way that it seems. I have my memories, I have my dreams, and so I'll never know quite what life means without you with me. Say things can change in the blink of a tear, but your courage taught me that I shouldn't fear. Come what may, your love will always be here in my heart. Your strength and your spirit are now part of me, along with the joy that we've shared. So you see, although you go away, I'll never be without you with me. Without you with me. Have a great week, you guys. May God give us peace.